Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. It's me, Jasmine, the Buffet Witch, and welcome to the video. Today we're going to be talking about duochromes, and I want to try to make this video very quick. In this playlist, you're going to be seeing some where I'm just doing a quick little tutorial, and then some where I am talking. I'm doing this because there's so much to talk about when it comes to multichromes, duochromes, holographic shades, all those changing shades. And the more I use them, sadly, the more disheartened I become, because there's so much nuance that goes into it that if you have all the things, you can get them to do what you need them to do. But if you don't have all the things, you might be left feeling duped. So without going into too much, we're just going to talk about purples today. So in the dual or the multi-chrome realm, I have two palettes that are just all multi-chromes. This one is from Odin's Eye. This is the Jewel Shine bundle. This is about 2 years old. They do have one that they came with after this, but this is the Jewel Shine bundle, and it looks like this. I also have the DD Signature Chromebook Volume 1. I am tempted to get Chromebook Volume 2, but I think I'm going to just stick to 1 for now, because the more I learn about them, the less I want them, honestly. But in this palette, we have 3 kind of purples. I say 3, technically kind of 4, because this blue shifts purple. I don't know how to do, I'm not the place to come for swatches. I'm sorry, okay? But this has purple in it, this has purple in it, and this also has more lavender in it, okay? This is my favorite shade. This is my favorite shade, and I cannot get this on my eyes. So that's what we're going to attempt today. I am starting with my eyes primed with my color case. This is the Electrics, and I am using the shade Lay Low, which is the lavender. I am choosing a color that will pull out the shade in the multichrome that I'm interested in, and fingers crossed, that's what's going to happen. So I have already done 1 look, possibly 2, I think, but definitely 1, using my multichromes. And when I tell you I was disheartened, and I feel like every time I use them, unless it is a specific color scheme and I finesse it in a specific way, duochromes and multichromes are just not that for me. They're not the makeup item for me. So actually, I'm going to go in with my finger. So again, nothing on the eyes except for that color case. And I'm going into the shade Angela. I'm going to swatch her. Now look at her here. Okay. I'm going to swatch it on my finger. This does not look like what I just swatched. On my finger, because of the color of my finger, we're pulling out a little bit more green. But the camera is showing you almost like a pewter base with a rainbow. And when I say pewter, I'm talking about a mixture of gray, almost steel, with a little bit of lavender, enough to be called like dusty lavender. That's what pewter is. It's a little bit dirty metal with a little bit of lavender. Sometimes it's a little bit blue. It's a very difficult color to pinpoint. But with the different shifts, you also have a little bit of rainbow. When I look at it, I see a lot of green. I am sick to death of these multichromes going green. Sick of it. Green and gold, okay? I have an olive undertone, and I'm a brown person. So that's why the bases are so important. So using that on my finger, I'm just going to tap this on. Looking down, guys, green. I might have to take some very unflattering photos up my nose because I don't know how else to take photos of multichromes. Come on, weave. But I will say, head on, we're finally getting the color that I want. And the only reason that is happening is because, again, we are using a purple base. I'm taking more of that color case, and I'm just condensing the multichrome to the mobile lid. I don't really want that to go any further, and I kind of want a little bit of that lavender as a little halo. So I'm going to take the brush I used to buff that. There we go. And I'm gonna go ahead and do the other eye. Yeah, I wish I understood like how to show you. I don't know. And of course then my mirror is dirty. Because why not, right? But when I look down, it's just straight green. Just green. Okay. I apparently think I've been that way. I do not. Let's clean off this finger so I have to wash all my brushes so I don't have the kind of brush I want. Excuse me, jeez. All right, so let me just finish this eye. So yeah, multichromes are so fun. They really, really are. But it requires some know-how, and it requires a lot more than just the multichrome. If I were making my own brand, excuse me, hold on, noise. If I were making my own brand and I was giving you multichromes, I think personally, I would also include a range of bases. Maybe not super deep pans, but I would definitely do a rainbow of bases, because if multiple people of different skin tones are buying my product, I want those multichromes to do all the things on all the people. Now, it feels like I'm speaking for more people than I should be, so I'm just going to speak for myself. But as a person, like I said, with an olive undertone, I have a golden skin tone with an olive undertone. I don't enjoy that so many of my multichromes go gold and green. It makes me feel like I don't need more than 3 multichromes. And the range of green and gold to orange is so vast that there are so many shimmers that you would think, oh, well, this one's not going to do that, and then it does. Oh, this one's not going to do that, but then it does. And then when they shift, yeah, there might be a slight difference, but so slight, you almost don't notice. I like all that because the price wasn't slight. All of these were the same price, and 5 of them swatched the same. Should have got a deal, okay? Anyways, I'm going back into Angela with a pinpointed brush so that I can do my lower lash line. I just put that same lavender on the lower lash line. I've had this since my channel, so about 1.5 years. This is the first time I've ever used this, and I've gotten this color to do what I want. Now, that's not to say this is the first time I've used this, you know, the color case with this color. I just wasn't using the right color. I was using a blue. I thought, oh, I really like the way that this kind of shifts blue, bluey green, like right there. I like that color. And I was like, oh, we'll just use a blue. It still didn't give me what I want. It gave me that pewter shade. And then if you look at my lipstick, my green lipstick swatch video, I used this shade Angela, on top of a dark teal lip, and it gave me all the pewter. It gave me that gray kind of steel base with a little bit of green, just a little bit. It's not what I was hoping for, okay? So I'm just gonna go off camera. I'm gonna pop on some mascara, possibly some lashes. I don't think I'm gonna do anything to the crease. I think we're gonna leave this just the way it is. I don't mind it like this. Yeah. I'm gonna pop on some mascara, powder down my face, and we will be right back to close this video out. Okay, we're finished, and it looks beautiful. It really looks beautiful. I'm very happy that I figured it out to use a lavender base to get those blues and purples to come through. I look down and I see a lot of green, but when I look straight ahead, I do see a squinch of green, but it's more in the edges and the creases on my eyes, okay, which I think is very cute. I like this, and I'm very, very happy that I figured it out. But again, If I had to caution a newbie or a person who's about to purchase some new multi-chromes, think about it. Think about what's in your collection already. Do you have the capacity to have all the things that you would need to get this multi-chrome to do what it was supposed to do? We saw what it looks like in the pan. I have to remind myself to do eye swatches on bare skin so you can see what these look like on me and to see why I'm upset. I know I did little swatches on my little bony hands, but I think you need to see them on my eyes, because this, without that base, would never do this on my eye. But that's what I want. This is what I want when I look at that shade. So multi-chromes are difficult. Duochromes are a little easier because duo is going to do one or two things, okay? It's either going to be this or it's going to be that. It's going to be this or it's going to be that. Multi-chromes, honey, it's a mixed bag. Q4 is gone, because multi-chromes are like a box of chocolates and you don't know what you're going to get, okay? You want a nougat? Did you want chocolate covered cherry? Or you're looking for some almonds? Were you looking for that crunch stuff, you know, them crunch bars? That kind of chocolate you want? Who knows what you're going to get with a multi-chrome? So I think I'm hungry. I think I want some chocolate. Anyways, I like this look. I'm happy it came together. We will be doing more looks, more bases, mixing, matching. I'm going to use regular eyeshadow. I want to use them on my bare eyeballs, with a base, without a base, black bases, white bases, colored bases, all the things, because that's what you need to make multi-chromes do what they're supposed to do, especially if you were to buy one bundle of multi-chromes and say, I'm not buying no more. That had been the goal. But the goal changed because that's my business. So I have a bunch of multi-chromes and duochromes now, but I want these little hoes to work for me, okay? I need them to do their job. And with that being said, guys, we're gonna do the job, all right? So thank you so much for tuning into my channel. I hope this was an interesting video. I hope you enjoyed the look. I hope you enjoyed the play. I will see you in the next video, which will be very, very soon. So go ahead and exfoliate your lips and dig through your collection and find out what bases you have, okay? Swatch them out, check them out, see what you got, because we're going to be needing them in the coming videos. I'll see you later. Take care. Bye.